And welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 1st of May 2020. So stocks scream to most expensive ever in the greatest month since 87. So as it says here, everything is awesome. Of course, those of you that watch the Market Alert know this is complete and utter nonsense. And nothing could be further from the truth. But that's the perception that the ruling mob want you to believe with seeing stock prices moving back to the highs. That is the whole point. It's a distraction to make you think that once the pandemic is over or under control, then everything returns back to normal, and it won't. So it's not going to happen. And yesterday, to add to the misery, over 30 million now in 6 weeks who have lost their jobs as well. And you can see this on the graph there, that there is a trend to the downside now. But wait until the lockdown eases and people don't return to their businesses and their businesses don't reopen. Then you'll see this move back to the upside as well. But 30 million, for those of you in the UK, is half of more or less half of the UK population now who've lost their jobs in the US in the first 6 weeks of this pandemic. So let's have a look at the markets for yesterday. We'll go to the pre-market session. Everything was fine until we got to about 11.50, and the market broke through the 200 MA, and then we saw prices moving to the downside here. We'll just get a ballpark figure down to the pre-cash 400 points, and then even the jobless figures which came out here didn't help the market. Normally it's had a bounce and move to the upside, but this time it didn't. The effectiveness of or trying to find an excuse to move the prices higher just didn't materialize at 130. So eventually prices found some support with some buying there. You can see in the green bar trading up to the 50 bar moving average. Then we get the retracement, and then prices come back and retest, and then retest once more. And before the close, they managed to rally the market back a couple of 100 points. However, overnight prices are not happy. Have we reached that point where the market is exhausted back on the upside and the buyers have disappeared? Because at the moment there are weakness in the prices. I was just looking across to see if we've just about to double bottom and look at yesterday's low as well there. Is there any news to help the market today? Well, it's bank holiday for the French and Italians. They're both locked down, so some bank holiday that's going to be. And we've got ISM manufacturing PMI. This is out at 3 p.m. Also showing a lower figure there, what you'd expect at the moment, given the global shutdown over the pandemic. So the daily chart shows prices down yesterday, and now we're below the 5-bar moving average, having traded up to the 76% retracement and failing so far to drive through it. The market needs to do this if it's going to move higher. Otherwise, we're heading to the downside from this low to this high. So these will be support areas which are crucial and tie in with the moving averages there. So let's see what prices do today. But having moved up for the last X number of days, you can see prices are struggling there a bit at the moment. Are they running out of ammunition to move prices to the upside? That's the question that has to be asked. Is this the end of the dead cat bounce and we start moving to the downside? Don't forget, we're in May now. The old adage, sell in May, go away. Not that you can go away at the moment, but let's see how this pans out over the next few weeks, because the news is not going to get any better once we get through the lockdown. The only thing that's going to bring the market back to the upside is printing more money, a cure for COVID, and the release of the lockdowns. But it's looking weakish at the moment. That's for sure. They're having traded up to that 76% and 62% retracement. Major area, as I mentioned in yesterday's market alert. In other news, the criminal was out yesterday. Full Einstein insane tardedness. and that is to keep repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. That's what this is indicating here. They're absolute lunatics, all of them, all of the central bankers. They're absolutely destroying the financial system with the constant printing. She should be in prison, but that's another story. Anyway, so yeah, they're going to keep the 750 billion bailout program, 20 billion debt buying every month, and rates negative. $17 trillion worth of negative bonds around the globe as well. So it's really working. Unbelievable how people can believe this crap. It really is. And just a bit of humour here. The Fed's balance sheet, as from our satanic overlords, has reached 6.6 trillion, and as the balance sheet has increased this week by 82 billion. There you go. So they've added another 80. They printed another 82, or bought, I should say, bought another 82 billion in toxic assets in the last week. 285 billion the week before, I think. Oh, there you go. It's down at the bottom here. So they're purchasing on average 10 billion per day in treasuries, 8 billion in mortgage-backed securities, which is still staggering, is a fraction of the 125 billion the Fed was buying in late March. And there you go. So yeah, the madness continues. It's simple as that. Going into May, same thing. They'll just keep buying all of these assets, adding them to the balance sheet, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if we're not close to 10 trillion by Christmas. Okay, that will do it for this one. If there is anything else to report, I will let you know, but otherwise, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.